Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Unpacked. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of language learning. Now, I have a confession to make. I once tried to order a croissant in a Parisian cafe and ended up asking for a croissant with a cat instead. Yes, you heard that right. Apparently, I mixed up the French words for cat and butter. The waiter gave me a very puzzled look, but thankfully, he eventually figured out what I meant. It was a bit embarrassing at the time, but looking back, it makes me chuckle. And that's the thing about learning a new language, isn't it? It can be challenging, sometimes even a little bit awkward, but it's also incredibly rewarding. Have you ever tried to learn a new language? Maybe you're studying Spanish to communicate with your family, or perhaps you're learning Japanese because you're fascinated by Japanese culture. Whatever your reasons, I'm sure you've experienced both the struggles and the joys of this incredible journey. So why should we even bother learning a new language? Well, the benefits are endless. For starters, it can open up a whole new world of travel opportunities. Imagine confidently navigating the streets of Rome, ordering tapas in Barcelona, or chatting with locals in a bustling market in Marrakesh. Speaking the local language can truly enhance your travel experiences and allow you to connect with people on a deeper level. But it's not just about travel. Learning a new language can also boost your career prospects. In today's globalized world, being able to communicate with people from different backgrounds is a valuable skill. It can open doors to new job opportunities, help you advance in your current career, and even increase your earning potential. And let's not forget the cognitive benefits. Studies have shown that learning a new language can improve memory, enhance problem-solving skills, and even delay the onset of age-related cognitive decline. It's like a workout for your brain. But, perhaps most importantly, learning a new language can broaden your horizons and enrich your life in countless ways. It allows you to connect with different cultures, understand new perspectives, and appreciate the diversity of human experience. It can even boost your self-confidence and sense of accomplishment. Now, speaking of different languages, have you ever heard the terms bilingual and multilingual? A bilingual person is someone who can speak two languages fluently. For example, you might say, she is bilingual in English and Spanish. And a multilingual person is someone who can speak more than two languages. So you could say, he is multilingual and can speak 4 languages. Pretty impressive, right? I'm curious, do you know anyone who is bilingual or multilingual? What languages do they speak? Take a moment to think about it. Of course, learning a new language isn't always a walk in the park. There are bound to be challenges along the way. One of the biggest hurdles for many learners is the fear of making mistakes. It can be intimidating to speak in a new language, especially in front of others. We worry about mispronouncing words, using incorrect grammar, or simply not being understood. But remember, everyone makes mistakes when they're learning something new. It's a natural part of the process. Another common challenge is finding the time to practice. Life can get busy, and it can be difficult to carve out time for language, study amidst our other commitments, but even small amounts of daily practice can make a big difference. Try incorporating language learning into your daily routine, whether it's listening to a podcast on your commute, watching a foreign film in the evening, or reading a few pages of a language learning book before bed. And then there's the challenge of staying motivated. Learning a new language takes time and effort, and it's easy to get discouraged when you don't see progress immediately. But remember, every step you take, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your goal. Try setting realistic goals, breaking down your learning into manageable chunks and celebrating your achievements along the way. Now let's talk about two important aspects of language learning: pronunciation and fluency. Pronunciation refers to the way we say words. It's important to pay attention to pronunciation so that others can understand us clearly. For example, you might say, "He has excellent pronunciation." Fluency, on the other hand, refers to the ability to speak smoothly and effortlessly. So you could say, "She speaks English with great fluency." Here's a fun little exercise. Did you know that many English learners have trouble with the pronunciation of the word clothes? They often pronounce it as close, which means something entirely different. The correct pronunciation rhymes with loaves. Can you say clothes? Excellent. Now, when it comes to learning a new language, there's no one-size-fits-all approach. Different people learn in different ways, and what works for one person might not work for another. Some people thrive in a structured classroom environment, while others prefer to learn independently at their own pace. Some people learn best by listening, others by reading, and still others by doing. The key is to find what works best for you and embrace your own unique learning style. One popular method is immersion. This involves surrounding yourself with the language you're learning, whether by living in a foreign country, attending a language immersion program, or simply immersing yourself in foreign language media like movies, music, and books. For example, you might say, "She improved her Spanish through immersion by living in Spain for a year." Another approach is self-study. This involves taking responsibility for your own learning, using textbooks, online resources, and language learning apps to guide your progress. You might say, "He prefers self-study using textbooks and online resources." Of course, there are many other methods, such as taking formal language classes, participating in language exchange programs, or even using music and movies to learn new words and phrases. The possibilities are endless. I'm curious, what language learning methods have you tried? Which one works best for you? Take a moment to think about your own experiences. All right, let's dive into some practical tips that can help you on your language learning journey. First and foremost, set realistic goals. Don't expect to become fluent overnight. Instead, break down your learning into smaller, achievable goals. Maybe you want to learn 10 new words a week, or be able to hold a basic conversation in a month. Celebrating these small victories will keep you motivated and build your confidence. Another helpful tip is to find a language partner. This could be a friend, family member, or online language exchange partner who speaks the language you're learning. Practicing with a partner can help you improve your speaking and listening skills, and it can also make the learning process more fun and engaging. Consistency is key. Try to incorporate language practice into your daily routine, even if it's just for 15-20 minutes. Listen to podcasts while you're cooking dinner, read a foreign language article during your lunch break, or write a short journal entry in your target language before bed. Every little bit helps, and don't forget to make it fun. Learning a new language shouldn't feel like a chore. Find ways to make it enjoyable, whether it's watching your favorite movies with subtitles, listening to catchy music in your target language, or cooking delicious dishes from another culture. And finally, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are an inevitable part of the learning process. Embrace them as opportunities to learn and grow. Don't be afraid to speak up, even if you're not perfect. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Now let's talk about 2 important qualities for language learners: motivation and persistence. Motivation is what drives you to learn. It's that inner spark that keeps you going, even when things get tough. You might say, "She has a strong motivation to learn French because she wants to travel to Paris." Persistence is the ability to keep going even when you face challenges. It's about not giving up on your goals. For example, you could say, "He showed great persistence and eventually became fluent in Japanese." Speaking of persistence, I'm reminded of a story about a woman named Jill who always dreamed of speaking Italian. She started learning in her 60s, and despite facing challenges like memory difficulties and a busy schedule, she never gave up. She practiced every day, attended language exchange meetups, and even traveled to Italy to immerse herself in the language. After several years of dedicated effort, she achieved her goal and can now converse fluently in Italian. Isn't that inspiring? Now, beyond the practical benefits, learning a new language unlocks something truly magical: the joy of communication. Imagine being able to connect with people from different cultures, hear their stories, and share your own. Imagine understanding different perspectives, appreciating new ways of thinking, and expanding your worldview. It's like opening a window to a whole new world of human experience. Learning a new language can also foster empathy and understanding. When we learn to speak someone else's language, we step into their shoes and see the world through their eyes. We begin to appreciate the nuances of their culture, their values, and their beliefs. This can lead to greater tolerance, respect, and compassion for others. And let's not forget the sheer joy of expressing yourself in a new language, whether you're sharing a joke, discussing a favorite book, or simply having a casual conversation. There's a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction that comes with communicating in another language. It's like unlocking a hidden part of yourself and discovering new ways to connect with the world around you. Speaking of communication, let's talk about two important concepts: communication itself and cross-cultural understanding. Communication is the process of exchanging information, ideas, and feelings. It's the foundation of human connection. You might say effective communication is essential in today's globalized world, and cross-cultural understanding refers to the ability to appreciate and respect different cultures. Learning a new language can be a powerful tool for fostering cross-cultural understanding. For example, you could say, learning a new language can promote cross-cultural understanding and break down barriers between people. Here's a fun little activity. In many cultures, greetings are an important part of communication. In Japan, people often greet each other by bowing. In France, it's common to kiss someone on both cheeks. And in many Spanish-speaking countries, people say hola, which means hello. Can you say hola? Excellent. Well, that brings us to the end of our journey into the world of language learning. I hope you've enjoyed exploring the benefits, challenges, and joys of this incredible endeavor. Remember, learning a new language is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time, effort, and dedication, but the rewards are well worth it. Whether you're motivated by travel, career opportunities, personal growth, or simply the joy of communication, I encourage you to embrace the challenge and never give up on your language learning goals. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. Remember to set realistic goals, find a language partner, practice regularly, and most importantly, have fun. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and celebrate your achievements along the way. And now I'd love to hear from you. What languages are you learning or hoping to learn? What are your biggest challenges and how do you stay motivated? Share your experiences and tips in the comments below. Let's create a community of language learners who support and inspire each other. That's all for today's episode of English Unpacked. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time.